amazing news! The Journalist of the Year Award. Who will win? Erica Gossip or Michael Fuzzy? The theme is Great Abandoned Places. Michael Fuzzy will tell us the story of the long-abandoned Majestic Hotel.
And Erica Gossip will show us how an old and forsaken factory became a great spa. Jackie Runner, what do you have for us today?
Hi, Johnny. Today, we will look into the brutal history of contact sports.
That sounds like a very exciting report. Thank you very much, Jackie.
Is it going to rain? Are the winds propitious for sailing? What's the weather like, Willie?
Hi, Susan. We have some amazing weather surprises today, so stay tuned.
Well, it seems that Willie Weatherman has all the answers on the weather. Don't you think so, Johnny?
Yeah, Susan, and I can't wait to see what his surprise is. Later on, Susan and I will share a recipe for mole enchiladas.
And we will discuss the best way to brush your teeth when you're not at home.
So stay with us. We are about to begin, and welcome to Amazing News. Amazing News.
Lengua adicional al español 3. Programa 2. Hábitos y rutinas de la vida diaria.
Please hurry, we're about to start.
You used to be so kind in college. I used to be in love with you, you know?
I wasn't interested. You used to be a very upsetting person back then. Thank you.
I used to be the most popular person in college, if that's what you mean.
If you say so. Are you ready? 10 seconds to go.
We used to be very close in college.
No, you weren't.
I know you dreamed of us sometimes. Come on. Welcome again to Amazing News. My name is Johnny Good News.
And I'm Susan Crow. Today, we have a great show, so stay tuned.
But before that, let's listen to the voice from above. He always has something to say. Hey, Mr. Director, wake up.
Perdón, Johnny, es que estaba distraído.
Yeah. Can we continue with the program now?
Claro, Johnny. Pueden continuar con el programa, pero antes, hagamos una pausa y hablemos de gramática.
Okay, let's do it.
Durante la reciente conversación entre Johnny y Susan, se utilizó la forma modal used to. Utilizamos esta forma para hablar de algo que ocurría en el pasado de manera habitual, pero que ya no ocurre ahora. En español, podemos traducir este verbo modal como solía o acostumbraba. Por ejemplo, la frase I used to be a great football player in junior high. Se traduce como yo solía ser un buen jugador de fútbol cuando iba en la secundaria. El uso correcto del verbo modal used to en su forma afirmativa es el siguiente: sujeto, verbo modal, infinitivo. Observa las siguientes imágenes. Las frases utilizan en verbo modal used to. En estos ejemplos, el verbo to be complementa todas las frases. En segmentos siguientes utilizaremos otros verbos.
You used to be so kind in college. I used to be in love with you, you know?
You used to be a very upsetting person back then.
I used to be the most popular person in college. Okay, thank you for the English grammar update.
Thank you for staying with us. And now, we go to the old abandoned Majestic Hotel. Here's Mike Fuzzy with a special report.
And now, an amazing report from our star reporter, Michael Fuzzy.
Thank you, Susan. Do you know places that used to be great tourist spots but now are abandoned? We are at the Majestic Hotel, or at least what is left of it. People used to spend their vacations right here a long time ago. They used to go through these doors and forget about the outside world. Luxury, peace, and quiet, all in one place. Inside this great hotel, dear friends, famous bands used to play, and amazing chefs used to cook for the fortunate guests. But then, one day, the Majestic Hotel declined. What happened to this great tourist spot? Let's find out.
And while Michael Fuzzy enters the old Majestic Hotel, man, what a great hotel it was. I used to stay there every weekend. I used to swim in the warm pool, and then I used to eat some nice enchiladas at the restaurant.
Johnny! Hey, Johnny, wake up!
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, strong memories. As I was saying, while Michael Fuzzy enters the old Majestic Hotel, let's see what Erica Gossip discovered about a factory that became a gym and a spa. My family used to own the Majestic Hotel. My mother used to love that building. Do you remember my mother?
This is another interesting report from our amazing Erica Gossip.
I will win this Journalist of the Year contest. That Michael Fuzzy and his boring story. He has no chance to... What? Are we on air? Why didn't you... Oh my God. Hi, I am Erica Gossip, and I am here in this amazing new spa called The Factory. Why was it called The Factory? Easy, because in this place people used to work every day, from 8 in the morning to 8 at night, making soap and detergent. Come. Yes, this door was made of metal and led to a soap factory. On Sundays, workers used to come here to attend union meetings, but one day the factory closed. Years passed and some mysterious businessman bought the place, rebuilt it, and turned it into a great spa and gym, where people come to exercise and relax every day. But what happened with the workers and the old soap machines? Let's find out. I'll be back later with more on this wonderful spa.
What a story, Erica. I love spas and gyms. Physical exercise makes me a happy person. I used to spend all day at the gym, baby.
You're a strange person, Johnny Good News.
Perdonen que los interrumpa, amigos, pero es hora de otro repaso gramatical.
Okay, go ahead and interrupt this amazing show.
En los segmentos anteriores utilizamos la forma used to, acompañada con otros verbos en infinitivo. Go, play, cook, stay, swim, eat, manufacture y come. Atención, observen cómo en estas oraciones los verbos que acompañan a la forma used to no cambian su conjugación.
I used to stay there every weekend. I used to swim in the warm pool, and then I used to eat some nice enchiladas at the restaurant.
Gracias, Susan. Hasta la próxima interrupción.
You're a very simple person, Johnny. How did you ever manage to finish high school? Next, Willie Weatherman will amaze us with the weather report and his weird predictions.
This is Amazing Weather, Good and Bad with Willie Weatherman.
Thank you, Susan. The weather is really awful today. So please, I beg you do not, I repeat, do not leave your house unless you absolutely have to. Why, you may ask? Just look, it's raining all over the country. North, south, east, and west. Everywhere, all day long. Watch out for rainstorms and floods. This is a disaster. In Africa, however, today it's going to be warm. You can see the sun all over the map. Ah, the sun. I wish the sun would come to Mexico once in a while. I hate the rain, and I hate these clothes. I remember better days when the weather was predictable. It was beautiful. Cold in winter, warm in spring, humid in summer, and windy in autumn. Back then, my family used to wear light clothes in the warmer months. Shorts, t-shirts. We didn't used to bring umbrellas and scarves all the time. The rain didn't used to come early or late. It used to rain from May to September. We didn't used to need the weatherman's advice on TV. We all knew how to predict the weather.
Did you used to go out without umbrellas, sweaters, and coats, Willie?
You are too young to understand. When I was a child, the weather didn't used to be a problem. It was precise, like a clock. But now, with global warming and all, the 4 seasons just went crazy. Back in the 70s, people didn't used to have all this technology, so we used to trust our instincts. We didn't used to watch television and say, oh, it's going to rain, so I better wear a raincoat. I used to look at the sky and know exactly what the weather was going to be. But now, we have to be prepared for floods to come roaring down the streets. And if you know how to swim, swim fast and strong, because Armageddon is here!
That was amazing weather with Willie Weatherman.
Okay, I think Willie Weatherman needs professional help. He's going crazy.
Yeah.
But he's sure on one thing. It is going to rain, so don't forget your umbrellas. I'm sure you will forget your umbrella, but I'll feel better if I say it.
And before we go back to our very amazing special reports about abandoned places, let's listen to the director guy before he interrupts us again. He has something very important to tell you.
En el segmento anterior se utilizaron las 3 formas de used to para hablar de lo predecible que era el clima hace unas décadas y lo cambiante que es ahora. Afirmativa, negativa e interrogativa. Ahora sabemos que para hablar de algo que hacíamos en el pasado, pero que ya no hacemos ahora, utilizamos la forma used to. Por ejemplo, I used to swim in the Majestic's swimming pool. Es decir, yo solía nadar en la alberca del Majestic. Podemos utilizar esta misma frase para ejemplificar los otros 2 usos de used to. En forma negativa, I didn't used to swim in the Majestic's swimming pool. Es decir, yo no solía nadar en la alberca del Majestic. Y en forma interrogativa, Did you used to swim in the Majestic's pool? Es decir, ¿solías nadar en la alberca del Majestic? ¿Notaste que tanto en la forma negativa como en la interrogativa, el verbo modal used to se escribe sin la letra D al final, la cual caracteriza la terminación de los verbos regulares? ¿Sabes por qué ocurre esto? Piénsalo. La respuesta en la siguiente cápsula de repaso.
Hello, everybody. Are you still watching this show? I know it's hard sometimes, but thank you very much for staying with us. Again, I'm Susan Crow.
And I'm your dear and handsome friend, Johnny Good News. This is Amazing News, and thank you for watching.
Our star reporter, Michael Fuzzy, has entered an old and abandoned hotel, the Majestic. What happened to this great hotel? Bankruptcy? Oblivion? Let's see more of Michael's story. Are you there, Mike?
Yes, Susan, I'm in the ruins of the Majestic Hotel. In the past, the greatest hotel in the country. Today, just a shadow of its former grandeur. What happened to the Majestic Hotel? What happened to the family who used to run this business? If we want to understand the present of this hotel, we must study its past. Let's take a look at this report. The Good News family built the Majestic Hotel in 1920. To get to the Majestic Hotel, wealthy people used to drive cars from far away. But back then, most families didn't have cars, so they used to travel by train. There used to be a train station nearby. Elegant people who traveled to this city used to stay at the Majestic. Even the cheapest rooms at the Majestic used to be more luxurious than the rooms at the other hotels in the continent. After the check-in progress, men and women used to sail on the lake and swim in the pool. Gentile old ladies used to have a delicious meal in the restaurant, and everything was fun and peaceful. The children used to have fun playing in the gardens because the hotel used to provide a child's fun area. Did they used to stay long in the hotel? Well, yes. Every guest tried to stay at least 1 week. And because the hotel used to be full all year round, they tried to stay as long as they could. But then, everything changed. A new era began. After the 70s, people used to work very hard at the office or in the factories. The rhythm of life got faster and no one had time for holidays. In the 80s, people used to watch television all day long when they were not at work. They didn't used to go to hotels and swimming pools anymore. They preferred beauty parlors, spas, and gyms. And the Hotel Majestic fell into oblivion. So what happened to the Majestic Hotel? Well, it was forgotten and life changed. But also, the famous factory, Spa and Gym, was inaugurated. People say this spa and gym caused the ruin of the Majestic Hotel. People used to go to the hotel and enjoy the luxurious atmosphere, until one day, someone converted the old factory into a monster spa and gym. An example of alienation and frivolity. People stopped using the hotel. And this is the story of the rise and fall of the Majestic. This is Michael Fuzzy reporting for Amazing News. And now, I'm going to the studio to get the Journalist of the Year award.
That was Michael Fuzzy with an amazing report.
Well, well, well. Thank you, Michael. A great story as usual. I want to see Erica's face when she finds out.
Hola otra vez. Vamos a repasar nuestro vocabulario.
Okay, now it's time for a vocabulary reminder. Stay sharp, pens ready.
Durante el reportaje de Michael Fuzzy, nos enteramos que el Hotel Majestic fue alguna vez un centro recreativo muy solicitado. Gracias al uso de la forma used to, pudimos enterarnos de las costumbres y hábitos de la gente que visitaba hoteles hace más de 50 años. También en la sección del clima de Willy Weatherman, pudimos enterarnos de costumbres previas a la era de la tecnología, cuando la gente tenía que adivinar el clima sin consultar internet o la televisión. En ambos segmentos se utilizaron palabras que tal vez te sean familiares. Recordemos algunas de ellas. Drive, train station, train, car, sail, swim, swimming pool, meal, office, field, holidays, watch TV, beauty parlor, gym, spa, short, t-shirt, coat, raincoat, umbrella, scarf, sweater. Practica la pronunciación y amplía tu vocabulario para mejorar tus habilidades comunicativas.
This is Amazing Sports with Jackie Runner.
Hi everyone, I'm Jackie Runner, your sports reporter, and sometimes I'm your spiritual guide. A long time ago, people used to be happy and live in peace. But then one day, people invented sports. Today we're going to talk about how all the popular sports used to be when they started. Yes, football, baseball, rugby, soccer, those sports didn't just appear like that. No, they have a history, a savage, cruel, and sadistic history. Let's see what it was all about. Wild, crazy sports invented by people who love to hit each other, get dirty, compete, and be angry. For example, the first soccer players used to play in the mud, without rules, kicking the ball and kicking each other. Soccer players didn't used to wear uniforms and didn't used to behave properly. And what about American football? In the old days, football players didn't used to wear helmets and all that protective gear they wear today. They just went out on the field and started to fight each other like wild cats and dogs. Are contact sports still very rough? To find out, I interviewed some of the Amazing News crew to see what they think about rough sports. Hey Johnny,
Yeah.
do you have a minute?
Of course, baby.
What do you think about contact sports?
Oh boy, I love them. Football, rugby, soccer. I just love all that pounding and savagery.
Why do you like all these contact sports?
Well, because, you know, it's fun.
Yeah, I see. Did you ever play any of them?
Oh, I used to be quarterback on a football team. I just love all that pounding and bestial energy. Yeah.
Yeah, you just said that. Thank you for nothing. Let's find someone else. Hey, Susan, do you have a minute?
No, what do you want? Oh no, not again. Okay, what is it?
How do you feel about contact sports, like football, rugby, or soccer?
I don't like sports, as you can see.
Did you ever play any of them?
Me? Of course not. I didn't used to play any sports. I went to museums and books.
I'm so relieved. You're a very civilized person. But what's that game you're playing there on your cell phone?
It's a football video game. You should try it. The players really hit each other very hard.
I don't want to do this anymore. Let's get out of here.
That was Jackie Runner with Amazing Sports.
Sorry about that. Johnny, we're back on the air.
Oh, yeah, that's right. After this terrible, violent story Jackie Runner just presented us, we are ready to see the story of how an abandoned factory turned into a successful spa and gym.
And prepare your kitchen utensils. It's almost enchilada time. Who writes these things?
A few months ago, the factory looked like this. And now, this is what the new gym and spa look like. How did it happen? Let's talk with the mysterious businessman. How do I look? This is the manager's office. Behind that door are the answers to our questions. I will interview the gym's owner to know the secret of this amazing place. Come with me. Thank you for seeing me, Mr.
Mr. J.G.
Tell me, how do you build this place?
With a lot of money. I used to be the owner of a famous hotel.
Oh, I see. So you sold your hotel. Where was your hotel located?
Just across the street.
You mean that hotel across the street was yours? The Majestic?
Well, it didn't used to be like that. I used to like it very much.
When did you decide to sell the hotel and build this gym?
A few years ago,
Did you used to stay in your own hotel?
when it was still working. Yeah, I used to spend every weekend there.
But now you prefer to use your gym.
Well, yeah, I love exercise.
Johnny, is that you?
Well,
That was another interesting report with our lovely Eric Gossip.
I love being on TV. Can't help it.
You were the owner of the Great Majestic Hotel, and you sold it to build that horrible gym and spa?
Whoa, whoa, if you say it like that, it sounds really bad.
You're incredible, Mr. Good News. Let's review some English grammar while I try to understand. Mr. Director, some reviews, please.
En los segmentos anteriores es posible encontrar varios ejemplos del uso de la forma interrogativa de used to. También es posible repasar el uso de las WH questions. Hablemos brevemente de estos dos temas. En primer lugar, como vimos en el flash anterior, la forma interrogativa de used to siempre va acompañada del verbo auxiliar did, un pronombre, la forma used to, un verbo en infinitivo y el complemento de la oración. No olvides que el verbo modal use se coloca sin la D al final cuando va acompañado del auxiliar did. ¿Ya sabes por qué? La respuesta es sencilla. El auxiliar did indica el tiempo pasado, por lo que ya no es necesario colocar en pasado el verbo al cual modifica, es decir, use. La forma interrogativa permanece igual sin importar cuál sea el pronombre que utilices. Por ejemplo, veamos cómo cambia una frase cuando modificamos el pronombre. Utilicemos la oración Did I used to go to the park after school? Es decir, ¿yo solía ir al parque después de la escuela? Observa cómo el pronombre varía, pero la estructura permanece igual. Ahora recordemos el uso de las WH questions. Las WH questions se utilizan para obtener información sobre qué, quién, dónde, cuándo y por qué ocurrió algo. Las palabras que se usan en inglés para realizar estas preguntas comienzan todas con una W y una H. Por eso se les llama WH questions. Ubica el uso de las WH questions. Escucha la pronunciación y trata de entender el sentido de la pregunta en el que se encuentran. Ahora, volvamos al estudio.
Johnny, you let Erica and Michael believe they were doing a special report about something you already knew about?
It was great publicity. Now, everyone wants to go to my gym.
You're amazing.
Well-
Now let's get this recipe done and end today's show.
My friends, if you want to make some nice mole enchiladas, what you will need is this: onion, chicken, tortillas, sour cream, fresh cheese, and of course, mole.
Ah, I used to eat mole enchiladas with my family every September.
Really? I thought you had no family, Miss Lonely Heart.
I didn't hear that. Now, you warm up the tortillas, you place the chicken inside them, pour some mole, chopped onions, and sour cream.
No. My mother used to mix the sour cream with the mole before serving it.
So what? My grandmother used to serve the enchiladas this way. Did you ever prepare your own meals?
Of course not. My mother used to work in the kitchen. I was just too delicate.
Then keep your opinion to yourself. My family used to prepare all meals together.
But it's all wrong. This is like...
Do as you please.
That went well. Now, friends, let's get these enchiladas properly done. You know the ingredients. You can handle it. Let's go to our last informative grammar flash. Yum.
Durante el programa de hoy, hemos revisado la forma used to y la hemos usado para hablar de costumbres y hábitos que la gente tenía en el pasado, pero que ya no tiene en el presente. El verbo modal used to puede utilizarse en forma afirmativa, negativa e interrogativa. Puede traducirse al español como solía o acostumbraba y es muy útil para describir acciones del pasado que ya no ocurren más. También recordamos las WH questions: what, who, where, when, why, que sirven para preguntar qué, quién, dónde, cuándo y por qué. Utilizamos vocabulario de medios de transporte, prendas de vestir y lugares turísticos. No olvides que si quieres repasar alguna sección en especial, puedes consultar tu guía. Ahora, regresamos para ver la conclusión del programa. Parece que todo el mundo está enojado con Johnny Good News.
And before the show ends, it's time to announce the winner. Who's the next Journalist of the Year?
Yes, this year we had incredible stories, and our main reporters, Erica Gossip and Michael Fossey, did a great job with these stories about my new gym and my family's old hotel, the Majestic.
You should have told us these businesses were yours.
Whatever! Let's see who the winner is. Susan, please do the honors.
And the winner is... Johnny Good News?
What? I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you.
Johnny, you!
I think I deserve it.
Come on, guys. Let's get him!
No way. Yeah! Oh.
Thank you for watching Amazing News. See you next time. Johnny, come back this instant!